Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with the future of a workforce housing project in Lewes.
As you can see, construction is ramping up on what is called the Dutchman's Harvest property off of Savannah Road. Now, that land is set to be 140 units of workforce housing. But now, for 42 of those units earmarked for certain low incomes, that future is unknown. Live in Lewes is Coast TV News reporter Emma Aiken. And Emma, you're on the Dutchman's Harvest
Maddie,
site.
The properties are back off of Savannah Road here in Lewes, and if you follow me here, you can see houses and structures are really coming along, but who will live in these properties? That's now the question.
Construction continues, but plans have changed. This land, known as Dutchman's Harvest, is slated to be 140 units of workforce housing. The Milford Housing Development Corporation was supposed to help find lower-income families to buy 42 of those units. But now, they dropped out, saying rising costs and interest rates made it hard to find qualified buyers. Developer Preston Schell says Milford's departure was a shock.
Now we're having to step into their shoes and try to find solutions on our own in an arena that, quite frankly, is vastly different than market rate housing. The kind of complexity and the bureaucracy of affordable housing is something that's entirely new to us.
Schell says it appears the Delaware State Housing Authority will help find families making 65% of area median income or less to lease 28 of the units. For the remaining 14 units, Schell says they are trying to sell them to households with that same income.
But we're trying to get up to speed as quickly as possible, because with this kind of bomb was just dropped on us last week, to try to make sure that these 42 units do go to low-income households and essentially accomplish the original objective of the project.
Schell says the remaining 98 units are still marked as workforce housing, meaning they are discounted. He says about $100,000 less than market rate, but not tied to income requirements.
All right, Emma, thank you. So how much do those workforce housing units cost? Well, Schell says a one-bedroom would be $100,000, a two-bedroom $150,000, and a three-bedroom $200,000. Those prices are for the 42 units reserved for people making 65% of the area median income or less. Now, those other 98 units, Schell again said they would be much below market value, and he says those are really meant for people in the Sussex County workforce like teachers and nurses.